I guess it is okay, but it'd be better if it was taller, so I'm going to bring it up about there. Okay, so now what I do is I normally have a measurement that how wide do I want the piece of wood to be. So I have that measurement, and then I would measure from here to the fence and adjust this so that the distance between there and there is whatever I need it to be, let's say 4 inches. So, I put it there, and then I tighten this fence down. So the idea now is this is my guide. So the piece of wood that I'm keeping is what's in here, and the one on the left is the waste. When I push it through, I use a push stick. So it's this one, it will have a little notch on the end, and that grabs on the back. And I'm going to push it through using that, and the rest of my hand, if your hand is big enough, then if you can grab all the way around the fence with your little finger, that's helpful. And then, depending upon the size of wood, many times it's nice to have another piece of wood to hold down. So I guess that's the best I can say about it here before doing it. So now I've got this on here. I've got the right dimensions. I have the right height of the blade. I have my push stick ready to go. Okay, so I'm backing it up, putting this down. This is up snug next to the fence. The fence is tight. Okay. So one thing I didn't say there is with this other stick, I'm not pushing in. Because if I was pushing in, then what it would be doing, if I was pushing in on it, it would be pinching the blade. Okay, so I'm pushing down on it, but not pushing in. Okay, and so that's ripping it, and the first one with this, we were cross-cut. Maybe the last thing that I can say on here is, when you finish, as it goes out there someplace, don't reach in to grab the wood while the saw is still turning. Go ahead and turn it off. This is a fairly short piece of wood. If it was a longer one, and it would be out on that table, it would be out there. But there's no hurry to get it out of there. You cut it, turn it off, let the blade completely stop, and then you can pull it out. And so it goes along, especially with this guard on here, it kind of pinches it, or it's tight, and you might be wiggling it back and forth, and you don't want to be doing that with the bracelet. And you don't want to reach across the blade at any time. With this on here, this is a pretty good safety guard for any of that. Okay, so anyone who has used any of this, the equipment that I talked about today in the past, are there any other safety tips that maybe you have learned or you've heard about that you want to also mention?
First, with the standing belt, don't push too far into it, because you do have a chance of burning the wood too.
Oh, very good. Absolutely. Yes.
One thing to keep an eye out for. I got here, again. Something like that. That's the first thing to go through.
Yeah, really good. The sanding belts on here, I'm going to replace. They're pretty worn out, actually. So I'll be replacing those, but that's an excellent point. It has to do to a certain degree with respecting the machine, what the machine can do. So on the bands I was talking about, you get a feel feel for if it's cutting, then you're fine. If it's bending or something, you're going too fast. And on the sanding belt, if the wood starts, you can smell it. I mean, it's burning. So that would be if you're going too fast. On here, on the table saw, you can be going too fast on the table saw as well. So smooth, just let it do its thing. Okay. Now with all of that, so Shelby, thank you.
Mm-hmm.